Hi everybody, my name is Keisha with Science K Creations, and I'm here to share with you my Make 9 for 2023. This is my very first Make 9 video, so bear with me as I go through my process and the 9 patterns I'm going to be working on this year. So before I get into this video, I do hope that you all enjoyed your holiday. I hope that you had a great new year. Bring it in with your family and friends, or even if you stayed in alone, I hope that you had that time to just relax and think about 2022 and things you want to do in 2023. And even if your year was not off to the best start, I do hope and I do pray that you do find that this year will be a year that you can find hope in whatever you're lacking, and that you're able to just, go through 2023 really strong, courageous, and know that, all things work together for your good and that you're going to be okay. So happy new year, and I'm going to go right ahead and get started with my video. All right, so first things first, how did I approach my Make 9 list for this year? So there are lots of different things I wanted to make that I've been eyeing online, and I've been wanting to add to my wardrobe, and just things I wanted to give a try as a newbie in sewing. I've only been sewing consistently for about 2 years now. But yeah, so I went ahead and I made a list of just some things I wanted to have in my wardrobe, but things I wanted to just make in general. And I said to myself that I really wanted to make sure that I worked on my patterns. I have so many patterns I purchased throughout the last 2 years from just different pattern sales, and I wanted to really start getting into my patterns this year. So that was my ultimate goal. So I made a list of 9 things I wanted to have made for this year, and I went ahead and first, after I made my list, I took a look in my green binders back here to see which patterns I already own that would help me get my item done. So you'll see in a minute some of the patterns that I've chosen that I actually already had in my my stash. But I had a few that I did not have in my stash yet, so I had to go ahead and purchase those, and I'll show those to you as well. So yeah, so I went ahead and did that, and here we go. So the first pattern that I have here is Simplicity 80 through 89. I had on my list, I wanted to do a pair of elastic waisted pants, and I did already have this pattern here in my my binder system. It's an Easy to Sew by Simplicity, and I have the view here that I'm thinking about doing, which is view B, and it only requires 1 yard of 1 1/4 inch wide elastic. So very simple. Thought this would be very easy. This might end up being a TNT for me. We'll see. It is my very first pair of pants. And what I like about this pattern is it's not just the pants, but it's also a pair of shorts. So if I can get the pants done properly, the shorts should be no issue for me there. So I'll work on this sometime this year. And these are not in any particular order whatsoever. I'm just showing you all what I had in mind. So the next pattern I have here is S9011, another Easy to Sew from Simplicity. This was one of my very first patterns I purchased when I started sewing, and I've just added to my collection, but I went back to one of my very first. I do like this. I love this. They call this a dolman sleeve because it's just one piece of fabric. There's no bringing the pieces together with a seam line here, or you also call it a bat wing. So I will I will get this done this year, and I have here circled views A and B. I'm not certain yet which view I want to do. Depending on the fabric I have, what fabric I use, I might opt to do a shorter version, which would be, I think, view B. If I want to do a longer version, I'll do view A. But this requires only thread, and actually for the view I want to do A and B, it doesn't even require elastic. It's just a hem So there's a hem at the bottom and a hem along the arm here. And I actually found a sew along for this on YouTube that I'll probably follow as I make this. It seemed pretty straightforward, but I did notice, I think in the sew along, this might have required interfacing. Oh no, not interfacing. This required hem tape for the shoulder to keep the shoulders from stretching. So that's not listed on here in the notions, but I do know I need to purchase some hem tape, or I might even have some down here in my stash of notions. So yeah, I'm gonna work on S9011. Very nice. Okay, so the next pattern I have here is a McCall's pattern, and it's just a dress for my youngest daughter. I do like this view here. I think that's view D. Very basic, easy to sew. I did a video on a bunch of patterns from McCall's from their Sew to Learn series, or their Sew to Learn patterns, and I'm going to go ahead and work on this year. And again, this requires no notion whatsoever. It's just basic hemming around the armhole, and hemming around the bottom of the dress itself. Thought that was really cute, a handkerchief style dress for my daughter, my youngest daughter, who is 7. So I'll work on this year. McCall's, what is this? McCall's 7737. Now, I have been feeling really guilty because I haven't sewn anything yet for my husband. I've done, you know, a couple of shirts. Now, honestly, I haven't done much in patterns at all. I've only done 2 pattern makes, and they were both for myself. It was a shirt and a dress, but I do want to start making some items for my husband as well. So I am going to be doing the Simplicity pattern here, 8613. It's a part of the Mimi G style, and I will be working on this view here, a basic t-shirt, which is view A. And the great thing about this here is there's a nice video sew along. I can follow along as I work on this. So yeah, I'm gonna work on this for my husband, and this might be another TNT for him, or for me to make for him. So if I can do the short sleeve version, I can also later do the long sleeve version if it turns out properly. Not just that, this view here has buttons on it. Once I'm ready to brave the button world, I will likely, you know, try to make that view for him at some point in time. But yeah, this is Simplicity's 8613, and there are no notions other than thread. Simple enough for me. Simple is good. Okay, so another pattern for my husband, McCall's 6973, another easy one. And this I have for the shorts here. I had a pair of shorts for him on my list, so I'm going to work on this sometime this year. It's an easy pattern. So I wasn't sure, because this pattern here, the notions description is very confusing. I don't think I really know what I'll need until I open up the pattern itself and actually go through it. But it says in order to do these shorts here for him, I need to have a 7-inch zipper, which makes sense. And then there's 1.5 yards of 1-inch elastic, which makes sense. But here's what gets confusing. And I'm very technical with when I read. I look for commas and things like that. So this literally is a run-on. It has 2 1/4 yards of 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch cording, optional 2 1/2 inch 2-part eyelets. What? I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that means whatsoever. I get the zipper. I get the elastic, obviously. I don't understand the cording notion here. So I have to look at the pattern, read through the instructions, and figure that part out. Again, it says 2 1/4 yards of 1 1/4 to 3/8 inch cording, optional 2 1.5 2-part eyelets. That's a straight run on. So I don't know what that is. I have no clue. But I'll do it. I'll tackle it. I'll take it on and I'll figure it out. If you know what that means, please let me know, because your girl here has no clue. Yeah, but I'll do this year. I think he'll appreciate that. All right, so I got this pattern here. I think I got this pattern for two things. It's very career office like overall, but I want to do a duster, and I think I have another duster pattern, a PDF from the Style So Me, from Erin with Style So Me, but I have to look through that envelope to see if I have a duster. I think I do, but I forgot about those patterns. But I did see in my binder system this butterick pattern for a duster, so I did like it. I thought it was pretty. Even the fabric itself is pretty nice and flowy, so I'm going to work on this year. And this is butterick 6802 in that duster. And this here is another confusing notion description, because view C, it doesn't have notions listed at the very top. However, I see fusible interfacing A, fusible interfacing for view B, and then they've got C, D, E, and then fusible interfacing again for E. So I don't know if I need to have interfacing for this or not. This is another one where I need to actually take a look at the instructions itself to see what it is I need to pull this one off. But I'm hoping that this is fairly simple. It looks simple, but I don't know. It doesn't say easy, but it's a duster nevertheless. So I'll give it a try. I'm going to be braving all of my not all of my patterns, but working on my patterns this year. All right, so this here, this was a very popular pattern. I think fall of last year, fall of 21, not 22, 21. I think this came out, but it's Simplicity 8982. And I saw a lot of other sewists do this pattern, so I definitely wanted to have it in my stash. I grabbed it, and I'm looking at this for the pencil skirt option. A pencil skirt is on my list for my Make 9. There are so many DIYs on pencil skirts and so many patterns for pencil skirts out there. But again, I was trying to really not have to go out and spend any money again on patterns. If I have something I can use in my stash, I'll work with that before I venture out and really get something. So, and there are two different lengths here. It's the same view, but just different lengths. There's a longer length and a shorter length. And the only notions for this I need are 1¼ yard of 1¼ inch wide elastic. Right, 1¼ yard of 1¼ wide elastic. I think I said that right. But that's for view D and E. And it's not, I don't know if it's quite pencil. I mean, it looks like it could be pencil. But I like it. It serves a purpose for me. Just a basic skirt. And I do have some fabric here, many different choices to choose from. So I don't have any issues here with fabric. So I should be good to go on this one. Again, this is S8982. So you saw I wanted to make something for my youngest daughter, the handkerchief dress. My oldest daughter is really into like sweatpants and sweatshirts and just loungewear. She loves to wear loungewear, leggings and a semi crop top around the house. She's just a lounge person. So I said I wanted to make her something, and I thought I could make her a pair of sweatpants. So like a jogger or a pair of sweatpants. So I purchased this pattern here. This was the one now I actually did have to purchase this. I had on my list Joggers sweatpants for oldest daughter, but I did not have a pattern in my binder system, so I did have to purchase this. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you guys. before I decided to purchase, or when I decided to purchase the patterns, I did go to Something Delightful website to see what patterns they had available to complete my Make 9 garments for this year. I went on their website and I found this pattern here. However, it was out of stock. I was willing to just go ahead and pay for it because it's just one pattern, but it was out of stock. So I ended up going to find it in an Etsy shop, and I got it like really quickly. It came in like not 2 days. It came about 3 or 4 days because it was a weekend. Is there a weekend? I forget. Was there a weekend? I don't remember. But anyway, it came fairly quickly. So I did purchase this, and it has 3 different views for the sweatpants. So this one view has the elastic around the ankle, so that would probably fit like a jogger almost, maybe sweatpant. And then these 2 are the same. The only difference I think is that this view here might have a split on the side. I don't know that she would like that, but I'm sure she would love this pair and maybe even this pair here. So and I really like this pattern because, like I said, she does a lot of loungewear, and because of that, I was able to get, you know, a sweatshirt in here, sweatpants, and also just a regular knit shirt at the top. So I did get this, and I will plan on making this for her sometime this year. In terms of notions, I think all I need are the is the elastic. Yeah, just the elastic. Oh, and this is actually going to challenge me to work on pockets too. I did want to work on pockets sometime in 23, so if you can see that here, there are some pocket options, so I'll work on that. And then the very last pattern, the last pattern is something that I think many of you have probably already done and have seen several times over, but I don't think it's ever going to get old. I think it's a staple for every sewist. You know, especially if you are new, you probably want to put your hands on this as soon as you can. I've heard lots of great things about it, but it is the Ogden Cami by True Bias. I am going to work on this. I was really excited when I saw it in my mailbox yesterday, so I ordered it. I had the option, of course, to do a PDF or do the paper. It's my first True Bias. I went ahead and just got the hard. Give me the hard, give me the envelope, give me the paper, give me all that. So yeah, I am going to work on this, and this is supposed to be very easy. I've seen lots of other folks do it. The difficulty level is like 1.5. They have bubbles around here, so it's very simple and easy. I did get the second size pattern envelope, but I probably could have honestly done that first size. This size here goes from a 14 to a 30. I think I'm definitely on the lower end of the 14. Hopefully it's not too big, but I wasn't sure, so I just went ahead and got the larger size. So I'll see how this measures up once I go ahead and get it done. So that is the Make 9 for this year, and I wanted to share a resource that I will likely use as I work through my patterns this year. I'm going to give it a try, and it is the Fast Fit system. So when I worked on my my McCall's dress, it was McCall 7405. I followed a sew along by Lindsay, I think is her name, from Inside the Hem, and she had a resource that I was reminded of. And it really helps you nail down your measurements. Supposedly, if you use her system for measuring, you have really accurate measurements whenever you go ahead and work on your pattern. So I did go ahead and purchase this online, and I have about 9 copies here, since I have 9 Make 9 patterns I'm going to be using this year. So I'm going to give this a try, and she actually gives you a really nice appears to be a really nice 6-step process to working your way through the measuring of the pattern. So I am going to use this as a resource as I go through my patterns this year, and yeah, so that's what I have. That's what I'm going to be working on this year. this is not everything, but these are things I want to do. I'm also going to be working on my Sew It Academy courses. I told you guys before that I am a member of the Sew It Academy, and I really want to, get through those courses. Sometimes things happen and just time doesn't allow you to really do what you really want to do, and that's okay. But I do want to make a intentional effort in 23 to work my way through those courses. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you have any experience whatsoever in any of these patterns, have any suggestions, if you have any idea what the heck that cording thing is about on here for the Notion, please let me know. Share it, because I don't want to struggle with that. Yeah, so that is all I have for you all today, and I do hope that you are doing well again. And until next time, God bless. If you're watching for the first time, thank you for watching. And if you have not already liked and subscribed to my video, please do so, as it really does help with the algorithm in the background, so that my video is searchable and people can find it and learn about me and know what I'm doing, and I can be a greater part of a greater community of people that enjoy sewing and things of the sort. So until we come together again, God bless. Keep sewing. Bye.